The latest Diablo Immortal update has just landed inside of the game, and what I'm here to do today is talk about what actually changed, or should I say, what hasn't. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Diablo Immortal video. I hope you're all doing well and enjoying what is new to us in the update today. What I want to actually do is look at the patch notes really quickly and scroll through and see what events are actually supposed to be dropping inside of the game as of this morning. First things first, let's come on over to events really quickly and see what is new, if anything, at that. It looks like everything so far is the same except for the Phantom Gallery, which is now here. If you guys recall, I talk about my orbs and what I get orbs for inside of the game and what the main intention of them is. Essentially, for me, orbs are to purchase this event, the Phantom Gallery, when it does come to the game, because you get some solid rewards along the way, including 5-star gems that can then be used to upgrade the 5-star gems that you're utilizing inside of the game. This is a whale's paradise. They love when this event comes because it's probably one of the cheapest ways to attain 5-star legendary gems. And it is worth noting right now, though, that the final reward back in the day, it used to be a guaranteed 5 out of 5-star gem, but now it's only a 20% chance of this gem being a 5 out of 5-star, with an 80% chance being a 4 out of 5-star. So for someone like myself, I really only draw up to 7 draws, which oftentimes will get me one. It just went away on me. 1 second. As I was saying, it'll get me this chest right here. It'll get me this draw 4 chest right here, which is also going to get me a 5-star gem. And with 7 draws, we can look at the odds in a minute. I'll typically get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I have the chance of getting 6, which is another 5-star gem, 7, another 5-star gem, or here we could even get another 5-star gem. So the odds are great for us getting 4 2 out of 5-star gems, and there's a good chance that we can get ourselves 5, which I actually did from the last event. I'll probably be doing these pulls, no guarantees, but I'll probably be doing these pulls and maybe make a video out of it tomorrow, which is Thanksgiving, where I won't actually be here recording a live video. And as you can see, I'm sitting on 11,000 orbs. It should take me between 10 and 11,000 orbs to get all 7 draws here to try and get the most out of this event. And again, it's completely up to you if this is something you participate in. This is a spender's event. You need these Litra, and if you don't have Litra, you could use orbs. You only get orbs from real cash money. This is not farmable inside of the game. It's worth noting before you think that maybe you could participate. But for someone like me that picks up the services that include these orbs, I save them for this, and this is when I typically spend. And shady stock is still here as well, but besides that, nothing else is new inside of the game. And here we do have Fractured Plane that replaced the previous event, so at least you have something new as far as special events go. But that's really it for gameplay related things. Let's dive into something else real quick. All right, so I'm in the patch notes, and this is basically talking about everything that's coming and changing inside of the game through this update. But the funny thing is, as we go through and look at the dates of many of these items, many of them don't start until December 10th. So Fear the Creation's Domain, Reap the Season of Harvest even is talking about what's coming on December 10th. When we go down, Rift Racer returns. I was actually quite excited about running the rifts and getting all of that, but this doesn't start until December 10th. Then we have Prodigy's Path changes. Let's dive inside of the game real quick and take a look at that. So Prodigy's Path is one of the services that I purchase and one that I get the orbs from. As you can see, you get 1,280 orbs, and I have purchased it for this season. I don't see any changes to the Prodigy's Path right here, but I'm not sure if that's because it's one that I already had purchased previously before this event. Remember, the Prodigy's Path events are going to be shortened and less expensive. It all turns out to be the same in the end, but it's going to be in smaller bundles. So instead of it costing like 20 bucks, maybe it'll cost 15 and last for a shorter time, making it more accessible to players. This is a great one though that I like to pick up. And again, like I said, it does get me those orbs, which I could use for the event that just dropped in the game today. That said, I see no changes here. Let me know if you do, if you're someone who has not purchased the Prodigy's Path yet. Now we have some feature updates as well. The buff and tooltip improvements, they should be inside of the game, which is cool. Again, that's going to allow us to see what affixes and what, if our gem count and all of those things are actually being more, it's just going to be easier to see what's going on. Let me take a look. I don't know. Honestly, it looks the same to me. Let me know if you see any changes there. Deeds of Valor changes supposed to be here. Changes to selling gems as well are supposed to have taken place today. We're going to take a look at the market in a second, but before I do, these special effects adjustments, I actually like the idea of this because what it should mean is that they're preparing for large battles, which are going to maybe make the game a little less bogged down when trying to play. I go into graphics under settings and I don't see this yet in my game. I'm going to take a look right now to see if the changes are there, and we're going to take a look at these gems. All right, so over here in settings, it's under display. As they said, we scroll down. It should be way at the bottom. It is not here for me. Maybe I need to reset. Let's try that real quick. I have left the game. We're going to enter back into the world and see if any of the changes that we weren't seeing are now here. Although the update completed previously before I actually logged in. Nope, same difference. It's not there. Just to check, it's not in graphics either. Okay, is what it is. It will be there at some point in time. That time is just not right now. Now, let's take a look over at the market and see what kind of gems and, well, what the market looks like overall after this, because we did receive a comment. The comment coming from Diablo Lucifer 6780 saying, so Blizzard killed the market since the update. Nothing in the market to buy. Typical update mess. This was dropped 3 hours ago after this update landed, so let's actually see if what he's talking about is legit. So let's just take a look at some of my favorited things right here. Looks like there are some blood-soaked jades for sale. Bottled Hope, they have actually decently priced as well. Roiling Consequence are there. Colossus Engines, these are some of the most popular gems. Let's look at my Citrine. Oh wow, look at this good price, 90. I'm gonna grab those three right there. We're gonna get those. Beautiful. Yeah. And also notice, remember they said that you're not able to buy any gems that are of higher level, like higher ranks. So essentially everything that we're gonna see right here in the market is gonna be a rank 1 gem available for purchase, making it a little bit cleaner and easier. Actually, prices right now are fairly good. Let's take a look at normal gems and let's take a look at the sapphires. 136, so fair prices. I honestly don't see much changes here, and at least in my market, there are gems available. In addition to a bunch of other random changes in the background and some changes to war games that you may not notice right away unless if you're participating in those things and creating events. December 17th is the time. So we're looking at basically 2.5 weeks away before our Fabled Wisps all become combined in some fashion. Heliquary Gauntlet rotation changes are also going to be mid-December. Balance changes are coming mid-December. Lots of these things are happening in December, which is exactly what I was getting at the start of this video. And that is, in reality, not much has changed as you're logging in this morning. There's not a ton of things. A new event dropped. You can get your gems upgraded because of the new, what is it called again? The Phantom Gallery. That's really it. Let me know if you're going to be engaging with the Phantom Gallery or if you are deciding to pass this one by. And also let me know if there's anything else from the update that's exciting you, because like I said, there's not much. But we do have more to talk about because there are some big things happening. And one of those is me discussing why I came to the server that I came to. I'm in the Treasure Goblin server. And if we take a look over here, there's a lot of things going on, right? This is something fun that's just happening on the server. Gwen put together a holiday name changing contest where you change your name and you could win different things from these simple contests. Why do I share this with you? It's probably irrelevant to many of you that watch, but it's a good look as to how healthy and friendly a server can be when great little events like this are put together that bring players together, not just from your clan, but for the entire server as a whole. I love this, just wanted to share, even though it's something that's like small and cute, you know, one of those things. Now, these interesting update leaks were just sent over to me by Red October. Thank you so much, Red. And it does show two very unique things that I want to share with you. First, right here, notice it looks like there's some type of a new familiar. It does not look like a familiar cosmetic. Just looking from the icon up top, it actually looks like we're looking at a familiar right here. That should be potentially coming inside of the game, which I guess is cool if you're someone that's looking for a new familiar. I personally am not, but who knows, RNG changes and maybe I'll be familiar hunting. So at least it's a super cool looking one as well. But there's something else that's quite interesting. Now they're talking about 100 to 1, some type of drops, making me believe that there's going to be more enhanced drops, more changes to familiars as well. But wait until you see something that they're going to show in just a second. And this is something that's probably been needed for quite a while. Also right here, this is something that's currently inside of the game now. Check this out. We have potential changes coming to charms. Are we going to be able to socket something inside of charms? Charms have been one of the most RNG held down parts of the game that I just really haven't been able to stand for a long time. But could there be value here? Take a look. Watch what gets socketed inside of this charm. You have an additional charm socketed inside, which is actually great. So you don't have to continuously have multiple charms. And with a class, you could actually have 8 different skills that are getting these buffs, actually 10 different skills that are getting the buffs. So you could have 2 great charms, combine them together and have like the best and strongest Crusader because of that charm. No matter what skills you're using, I like that, but check it out what else goes in there. Also, a gem is being socketed in there as well. A legendary gem. Are we getting new legendary gem slots in the form of a charm? In my opinion, this is very good. It's going to increase the resonance cap, and it would also allow players to maybe get that little bit extra that they needed to get their resonance a little bit higher. I think this is really cool. And it would actually make charms, to be honest, a bit more useful, because as of right now, many players have just stopped grinding the charm grind because it's so RNG focused. And to further dive into that as well, we have this posted 3 days ago on Reddit saying, next update, rumor mill, not leaks, new flame wolf pet. We just saw the whole video of that. Player can name main pet, and it'll be shown with different colors based on how many red skills it has. Ruby and Tourmaline stats will add critical hit chance or damage to make them more useful. That would be freaking awesome. And a new type of charm that will have 2 slots, one to add to the old charm, one to add an old charm and 1 gem slot, but only to add resonance, not gem stats. Okay, very interesting. Also, I have to say, pretty exciting. Now, something else that's very exciting is the tournament that myself and Gwyn are hosting on Friday. I'm going to be leaving a link to a Discord server in the description of this video if you want to participate in this tournament. It has a 3K resonance max, so if you are higher resonance, you're going to have to change out your gems so you don't exceed that max. There'll be also some other requirements, as you can see in this post right here, and there's going to be prizes for players who participate, including legendary crests, gold, set items, legendary items, collector's battle pass, and empowered battle passes. This is a cool free-to-play tournament, and I hope that some of you guys are going to come and join up with it. Again, the most details you can get are coming over the Discord server and chatting with some of the people that are in charge of running the back end of the tournament. This is something that I will be live streaming Friday night. It's going to be happening at 10:30 p.m. Eastern time on the Treasure Goblin server cluster, and I hope that you guys could start joining these, because these are the types of events that I came here for, so I can start hosting these types of amazing events. And here are just a few more details that are shared by Cerebel, someone that you will probably see inside of the Discord server. If you run into any questions, come join up, be a part of this, and see if you could be part of the winning victory excitement. I don't know, man. It's going to be fun. I can't wait to stream the event. And you may also notice that it's going to continue with the final parts of the event, the final parts of the tournament on Saturday, 10:30 p.m. the 29th. So all this happening right after Thanksgiving. By the way, happy Thanksgiving to all you guys. Well, tomorrow at least. Now, I do want to share another comment or two coming in the form of, well, just talking about the game, and this one, a request from developers. This one from Ammo hit me up on Discord saying, hey Echo, is it possible to tell Blizzard to add a 12-player raid party? They add long time ago the thing to have 12 players in a warband, but still 8 players can enter in raids, It will be nice to have all 12 players to enter. It'll save me a lot of time to do 2 raids. Thank you, have a nice day. I think we get the idea of what he's saying right there. Would be cool to have 12 player raids as well. Let me know if this is something that you would find interesting, or if it's something that you'd like to see inside of the game as well. And for all you new players out there, Alex Wood came through with this question saying, do you have a guide for what you should do after completing the campaign, such as regular day-to-day activities, clan, etc., that you should do after the campaign ends? Well, funny thing is, I just recorded a video yesterday with Automatic Jack. Yesterday I posted a video with Automatic Jack, and I have recorded the next series of that. He's a brand new free-to-play player, and I'm guiding him through the beginning stages of the game and beyond, so that he could be a valid player and basically set himself up for endgame inside of the game. In that video, which is probably coming out sometime next week, we discussed exactly this, what to do afterboard. But really quickly, some things that you can do is, you want to be grinding your gear and strengthening your character. Do your bounties and dungeons every single day, and try and just continuously upgrade your gear, your legendary gear, and your set items, so you'll be pushing challenge rifts and things like that as well. That's basically what you want to do, and then take a look at what events are going on inside of the game that are going to give you the most optimal rewards, or that you enjoy playing the most. That's some very basic, simple advice for someone that is very new in the game, that's like Paragon level 5. And I want to give a little bit of a shout out right now to Irish Cyban, I believe you say it. I'll be linking their Twitch in the description of my video. I was just scrolling through Twitch the other day and seeing who was playing Diablo Immortal. I saw them and got to hang out with them a little bit on the stream, which was quite a bit of fun. Go check them out and say what's up. They were super cool, and just good to support smaller people that are trying to start out covering Diablo Immortal, or that have been doing it for a while that could use a few more viewers. Go take a look. It was a great time when I was hanging out in the stream. You guys should check it out as well. So kind of lackluster with the update that dropped, but pretty cool with some of the update leaks that we got to peek at mid-video. Let me know your thoughts, and remember guys, hope you have a great Thanksgiving with your families, and I'll see you back here tomorrow.